Students, in my last video, we have discussed about application of integral to evaluate the area. Now we will do application of integral to evaluate the volume. See, when you talk about volume, you need to visualize in three-dimensional. Okay, so have a lot of patience while doing the questions and understand the limits properly. Okay, so now what are the formula? The formula for volume is triple integration in the given region dx dy dz, which is a Cartesian format. Right, now when I was talking about double integration and area, I told that the Cartesian format and the polar form, right? But when we talk about the volume of a solid, okay, when we talk about the volume of the solid, we have spherical coordinate, right? So what are the spherical coordinate? So volume is equal to, in the given region, here also in the given region, r square sine theta dr d theta and d phi. Now remember, these are the spherical coordinates and how they come into picture. You can see this thing in a three-dimensional. If a part of a sphere is kept like that, it will give you the three coordinates. One coordinate this, one coordinate this, and one coordinate r. And that is what is representing a point here which has a coordinate r, theta and phi when we talk about three-dimensional. Okay, so now let us move to the questions. Now my first question is, using triple integration, find the volume of a sphere x square plus y square plus z square is equal to a square. See, I can do it in a Cartesian format also, but it becomes little lengthy. In Cartesian format, when you are doing, then you have to take a strip like this, which will be a three-dimensional, like a cuboid. And then you have to check where x, y, z and varying. If you observe carefully about this strip, this is sitting, the base is sitting on xy plane. Okay, so if I talk about the z coordinate is moving from xy plane to the z axis. So my z limit, if I talk in Cartesian format, z limit will be from 0, because we are taking only one part. Okay, so it will be from 0 to under root a square minus x square minus y square, because on xy plane we have a circle. Correct? Now the second one, when I talk about the limit of y, so you can observe, now you can imagine a 2D circle sitting on a xy plane. So when we talk about a circle, so what are the coordinates? So y will be from under root 1 minus x square, 0 to 1 minus x square, and then x limit will be constant from 0 to the radius, which is a. So if you take the Cartesian, you have to take these and then you have to integrate. I will be solving this using the spherical coordinate. When I talk about a spherical coordinate, then volume is given by triple integration r square sine theta dr d theta and d phi. Don't bother about how this is coming and how these two formulas are related. If you observe carefully and go back to your previous semesters, you have studied Jacobian. And in Jacobian, when you find out the Jacobian of spherical coordinate, the answer was r square sine theta. So this is how we convert the coordinate systems. Okay, so all mathematical tools which you learn in engineering have a lot of application if you go in the depth. Now come back to this. Now you need to understand the limit of this thing. Now we are talking only in one quadrant. Now first of all, understand how many such parts will be there. Like when we discussed area, in an ellipse 4 parts were there. In a circle 4 parts were there, because that was a two-dimensional figure. Now when you talk about a volume, it is a three-dimensional figure. So how many parts will be there? If you are not able to visualize, think about a watermelon. Okay, so if you have a watermelon like this and you are cutting from here, two hemisphere you will get. Now take one hemisphere with the red portion up and make a plus on it. So how many parts came out of that hemisphere? 4 parts like this. This is one part, like that 4 parts will come out. So basically a circle type, and in that 4 parts you got 3 dimensional. So from lower hemisphere 4 parts, from upper hemisphere 4 parts. So total such 8 parts will be there. Okay, so total volume will be 8, 1, 2 and 3. R square sine theta, dr, d theta and d phi. Now you need to visualize that one part. I am very bad in drawing. It will be like this. Like 3D, it will be like this. And there you need to understand how the limits are changing as per this diagram. Okay, so if you observe carefully, if you see from one end, this diagram is there, this thing. So one limit is 0 to pi by 2, and how much I am rotating it. I want to cover the first quadrant in 3 dimensions, so I should rotate it by 90 degree. Then also if you consider here 3D, if you imagine, you have to rotate it by 90 degree. This thing you need to rotate by 90 degree. So this angle is also 90 and rotation is also 90. So theta and phi both are 90 degree. Right? So theta is from 0 to pi by 2. Phi is from 0 to pi by 2. Correct? And if you, instead of taking the four parts, if you take only say 2 parts, then limits will change accordingly. And r is from 0 to the radius of the sphere, which is a. Now the best part is what? Best part is that it is a constant limit question now. Right? It is a constant limit questions. And always remember, for your reference, I will write down here what are the spherical coordinates. X is equal to r sine theta cos phi. Y is equal to r sine theta sine phi. And z is equal to r cos theta. Okay? And dx, dy, dz is equal to r square sine theta dr, d theta, d phi. So in case like here, so they have not given, they have just directly said triple integration, find the volume. If suppose they might have given here some function in terms of x, y, z, and I want to convert it to this spherical coordinates, then I will be using this. That I will show you in one question, don't worry about it. Now come to this. This is the easiest question. Now all the limits are constant, so I can very easily separate the integrals, right? So I have the first integral, which is for r, 0 to a. What is r here? R square dr. So r square dr. Correct? Second, let me take theta. So theta is from 0 to pi by 2. And sine theta, d theta. Then let me take phi. Okay. So phi is from 0 to pi by 2. And d phi. Correct? Now let us integrate. V is equal to 8. What is the integration of r square? R cube by 3, 0 to a. What is the integration of sine theta? Minus cos theta, 0 to pi by 2. And here phi, 0 to pi by 2. 8, a cube by 3 minus cos pi by 2 is what? 0. Minus 0 plus 1 and pi by 2. So V is equal to 4 pi a cube by 3. And we know that this is a volume of sphere. So this is the answer. So only thing you have to remember your starting point. Okay, then it is very easy. Now you can do it by this method also. Now let's move to the next question. Now the same type sphere. It is an ellipsoid. Now remember, if there is a circle and if you rotate it in the 3 dimension, you will get a sphere. Same way, if you have ellipse, you rotate it in the 3 dimension, then it will be an ellipsoid, like your rugby ball. Right? So now how to take the limits? Again the same way as I explained you in the sphere. Okay, there will be this part, we are taking only one part, so there will be total 8 parts. And this is a, like, instead of strip, we take a cuboid here. And z varies from where to where? From here you should find out the value of z. 1 minus x square by a square minus y square by b square. That will be the limit of z. Then y limit will be in terms of x, and x limit will be the constant, because on xy plane on the base we have a ellipse, right? So we will take the limit as we take in the ellipse only, right? One variable and one constant, right? So our z limit will be from 0 to c under root 1 minus x square by a square minus y square by b square. See here. This you hold here, remaining two terms take there. Okay, and then you will get. Then y limit will be equal to 0 to b 1 minus x square by a square. You can put z is equal to 0 to get y limit, because this y limit is on xy plane. So z is 0. As I said, it is on the base. So it is, and z axis is what? Z axis is coming out of the base. So z coordinate will be 0. And x coordinate will be constant from 0 to a as in the ellipse, major axis. Correct? So this will be the limit. Now let us try to integrate it. Okay. So obviously, since the first limit, z limit is variable, I will first integrate with respect to z. So my volume will be equal to 8 limit of x, limit of y, and dx, dy, dz is there. So let me integrate with respect to z. So I'll get this. Okay. So I'll put the limit. So my limit is from 0 to c under root 1 minus x square by a square. Okay. Minus y square by b square. Correct? And I should integrate with respect to y, and I should integrate with respect to x also. Correct? Now, next step. When you put the limit, volume is equal to 8, right? Double integral c, which I can take outside, under root 1 minus x square by a square minus y square by b square dy dx. And what is the limit of y? Y limit is from 0 to b under root 1 minus x square by a square. So this thing, if you remember, we have done this type of one question in triple integration, right? So this thing and this thing is same. So you can always assume it to be a constant, some constant k, because I am integrating with respect to y. So if I assume that, I'll have v is equal to 8c integral 0 to a, okay, integral 0 to, I can put here now k, right? I will put here k, and here I will put k. So what I am assuming, k is equal to b under root 1 minus x square by a square. Now here you observe very carefully. This will be equal to k square. Now if I am putting k square, k is what? This thing, b is also there. So b is also here. So when you solve this, you will get only y square. Okay, and b will come out. Just substitute here, you will get this. Okay, and now you have dy dx. Now what is this? This is a standard formula. Integration of under root a square minus x square we have used so many times, right? So 8cb 0 to a, we have used this in circle, we have used this in ellipse as well, right? So what I'll get? I'll get x by 2, sorry, y, we are integrating with respect to y. So y by 2 under root k square minus y square plus k square by 2 sine inverse y by k. Okay, and limit is 0 to k. So let me put the limit. B is equal to 8c by b 0 to a. Now I am putting the limit. So when I put k, this will become 0 because of this. When I am putting k here, I'll get k square by 2 sine inverse 1. Sine inverse 1 is what? Sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. Okay, minus, it will become 0. This will also become 0. So I am left with only this, with dx. Right, now I should put the value of k here. So I'll have 8c by b Okay, and I'll put the limit, this pi by 4 also I can take out. Integral, now I am left with only k square. So k square is what? B square 1 minus x square by a square. See, and dx. Right? So this is, you can take b square also outside, you can take LCM and a square also outside. So volume is equal to 8c pi 4b b square upon a square integral 0 to a square minus x square. Okay, dx. Now again integrate. Here it is 2 pi c b by a square. All constant I am collecting outside. What is the integration of a square? A square x minus x cube by 3. Limit 0 to a. So I should solve here only. Limited space 2 pi cb upon a square. Now this will become a cube minus a cube by 3. So it will become 2a cube by 3. So volume is equal to 2 pi cb upon a square, and here I'll get 3 minus 1 is 2a cube by 3. Right? So this will become 4 pi ABC, okay, by 3. So this is the answer. So it looks complicated, but it is easy if you observe carefully, okay. Now let's move to the next question. This question is very important. See, now here already they have defined the function also in the part. So what exactly it is evaluate the volume where R is a region of the tetrahedron bounded by this planes. This plane means x-axis, y-axis, z-axis and a plane. So imagine x-axis, y-axis, z-axis in the 3 dimension and one plane is falling. Okay, and it is cutting x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and there is a slope type of thing which is going in all the 3 dimension. So here also when you talk about the limit starts from 0 and where it will end. If you take this strip, first strip, right? So z is moving from xy plane to this. So z limit will be equal to 0 to 1 minus x minus y. Y limit is in xy plane only. So it came again 2-dimensional thing. So it will be, a y limit will be 1 minus x, 0 to 1 minus x, and x limit will be from 0 to 1. Okay, so now let us integrate. Now when you are putting the integration thing, again 3 dimension, x is from limit I have written here, so 0 0 0 I am writing, top limit I have written there. Now x plus y plus z, dz, dy and dx. Now let us integrate one by one. First I am integrating with respect to z. So I'll get x z limit 0 to 1 minus x minus y plus y z limit 0 to 1 minus x minus y. Okay, plus z square by 2 limit from 0 to 1 minus x minus y. Okay, dy dx. Now let's put the limit. So x 1 minus x minus y minus 0 gone, plus y 1 minus x minus y 0 gone, plus 1 by 2 1 minus x minus y square, lower limit gone, dy dx. Okay, now here let me simplify a little bit instead of opening it. If you observe, I can take 1 minus x minus y common from all the 3 terms. Correct? What is left? X plus y, okay, plus 1 by 2 1 minus x minus y. Okay, so dy dx. I am just trying to simplify to make it better. So 1 minus x plus y, this I can take minus sign common and write like this. The second term, if you observe, it is x plus y. plus 1 by 2 minus x by 2 minus y by 2. So x by 2 plus y by 2 plus 1 by 2. Right? And dy dx. So if you observe, it is 1 minus x plus y and it is 1 plus x plus y. Keeping this 1 by 2 outside. So this will become, I'm just trying to make the integration easy. So a square minus b square. So 1 minus x plus y square dy dx. Now I have less terms to integrate. So it becomes little bit simplified version. Okay. So now when you integrate with respect to y, I will be needing a space. Okay. So 1 by 2, when I integrating with respect to y, what I will be doing? I will y minus x plus y cube by 3. And what is the limit? Limit is 0 to 1 minus x dx. Now I will put the limit. Okay. So here I have already written one question. So I'll just go scroll down and move to the next page. Okay. Just 1 second. I'll just add one page. Okay. So now I'll start from this point again. So I have 1 by 2 integral 0 to 1. Let's put the limit 1 minus x minus, I am putting the limit for y. So x is there. Okay. Plus 1 minus x cube by 3. Now put the lower limit. So minus 0 will become 0. Minus minus become plus. And when I am putting y is equal to 0 here, I am getting x cube by 3. This is a very common mistake students do, that they forget to put 0 limit here. It's not giving 0 completely. It is giving me some value. Right? So this is dx. Okay. Now still again I will simplify this. 0 to 1. 1 minus x minus 1 by 3. Okay. Then plus x cube by 3 dx. 1 by 2, 0 to 1. 1 minus 3 is 2 by 3 minus x plus x cube by 3 dx. Now let me integrate it. So 1 by 2. So it is 2 by 3x minus x square by 2 plus x to the power 4 by 12. Limit 0 to 1. So 1 by 2, 2 by 3 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 12. Right? So 1 by 2. What is the LCM? LCM will be 12. So 4 to the 8 minus 6 plus 1. So 1 by 2. 8 minus 6, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 by 12 is 1 by 4. So this is 1 by 8, which is my answer. So this integral little bit practice you should do, because it is, I have done it in a very different way. If you open all the brackets and solve, you may do a mistake because there will be so many terms in that. So we have finished this question. Now let's go up and finish the last question. Now look at this question. Evaluate value of triple integral z dx dy dz, where v is a hemisphere. We have already done sphere. This is a hemisphere. See, if this z is not there, okay, if this z is not there, I would have said, oh, I have already solved now. Instead of multiplication by 8, I will multiply by 4. And we are done. But why this question is different? Because this z is sitting here. In fact, in the previous question, when I spoke about the tetrahedron, my volume is not the volume of tetrahedron. Why? Because there is a function x plus y plus z sitting over there. So when a function is sitting, then it will change the volume. Even in ellipse, since we were finding out the area dx dy. So area of ellipse came pi ab. But if there is some function over there, it won't be pi ab. Answer will be something different. Same with the ellipsoid. Same with the sphere. What was the volume for sphere? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Because there was no function before dx dy dz. Okay, if there is a function, there will be a change. Please remember this concept. Now look at this last question. I need to evaluate this, and this is given. So again, since it is a three-dimensional sphere, same way I will have three coordinate. I will be using the spherical coordinate theta, phi and r. And I have already given you what is spherical coordinate. So we know that r changes from 0 to a, theta from 0 to pi by 2. Now phi I am taking from 0 to 2 pi because I am doing this half. So what that triangular portion, how much I am rotating? I am rotating like this. Correct. So I am rotating it like this. So I am rotating it by 2 pi. Full circle I am making. It is just, imagine this thing is there. To make a hemisphere, how much I should rotate? I should rotate it full 360. Then only I'll get a hemisphere. Na? Hemisphere will be created. A bowl type of shape will be created. Right? So this will be the limits. So now let me start here. Again, z is there. So in spherical coordinate, what is z? Z is r cos theta. Basically, it is a projection, but I don't want to confuse you by these terms. So remember this spherical coordinate where I clearly gave you z is equal to r cos theta in the first sheet of this video. Okay, and then this was the conversion for dx, dy, dz, which I told you that this come from Jacobian concept, right? So put the limit. Now all the three limits are constant. So you can easily separate the three integrals. One integral of r, one integral of theta, one integral of phi. And this second integral of theta you can multiply and divide by 1 by 2. So this will become sine 2 theta. And then you can integrate sine 2 theta directly as cos 2 theta upon 2 and with negative sign. So I integrated and I put the limits and I got the answer pi a to the power 4 by 4, which is the answer. So with this question we are done with the volume and we have finished the multiple integral properly. If there is any doubt, any question you are not able to do, please let me know in the chat. Kindly subscribe my channel, share my channel so that I can spread more and more information to all of you. Thank you.